The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. Wisdom is not in collecting answers, but in understanding how little any of us truly understand. Excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent execution, and the refusal to accept mediocrity. We are what we repeatedly do. Greatness comes not from one remarkable act, but from thousands of disciplined choices made every single day. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all, for knowledge without virtue leads to confusion, not progress. Happiness depends on ourselves. It is not a gift from life, but a consequence of living with purpose, virtue, and mindful action. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, for the journey inward shapes every choice you make outward. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Endure difficulty now, and life will reward you in ways comfort never could. He who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader, for leadership is born from obedience to discipline, not ego. It is the mark of an educated mind to entertain a thought without accepting it, for true intelligence welcomes ideas, not fear. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. Your thinking shapes your destiny long before your actions do. Hope is a waking dream, guiding those who dare to believe in possibilities unseen by others. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. What you repeat daily becomes the truth of your character. To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing, but in doing so, you lose the purpose of living. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet, for every sacrifice of today opens the doors of tomorrow. Courage is the first virtue, because it makes all other virtues possible. Without bravery, goodness remains only an idea. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow and steady growth, born from trust and time. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Passion turns ordinary tasks into extraordinary achievements. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain that empties the soul of meaning. Character is the cornerstone of destiny, for it is not fate that shapes you, but the habits you embrace daily. Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought with ardor, pursued with diligence, and practiced with patience. A person who has never learned to question has never learned to think, and without thinking, one cannot truly live. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts, for unity creates strength beyond individual effort. Where your talents and the world's needs cross, there lies your purpose. Fulfillment is found in service. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. For reputation fades, but integrity remains. Time crumbles the hardest stone, but strengthens the wisest soul. Patience transforms everything. A small act done consistently is more noble than a great act done once, for persistence is the heart of virtue. The greatest victory is over oneself. Conquer your impulses, and you command your life. He who overcomes his fears becomes truly free, for fear is the mind's most powerful prison. To write well, think clearly. Writing is simply the voice of the mind revealed on paper. Happiness belongs to the self-sufficient. Cultivate the inner world, and outer chaos loses power. Dignity consists not in possessing honors, but in deserving them through one's actions and virtues. The greatest virtues are formed by habit. What we repeatedly choose becomes who we inevitably become. A friend to all is a friend to none, for genuine connection requires depth, not mere friendliness. Knowledge begins in wonder. Questions open doors that answers alone cannot keep open. Learning is a treasure that follows its owner everywhere. No thief can steal the wisdom earned through effort. The soul never thinks without an image. Imagination shapes thought, and thought shapes life. He who has overcome his own anger has conquered the most dangerous enemy he will ever face. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the breath that fuels every noble action. The law is reason free from passion, created to guide those who cannot guide themselves. To give away money is easy, but to give it wisely requires a heart guided by virtue and a mind guided by reason. Friendship is a single soul dwelling in two bodies, connected by shared virtue and understanding. The purpose of life is not simply to live, but to live well, according to virtue, wisdom, and balance. He who seeks happiness in external things will forever be disappointed. True joy arises from within. True pleasure comes from the activity of the mind. The soul is nourished more by ideas than by possessions. The educated differ from the uneducated, as the living from the dead, for wisdom breathes life into existence. The more you discipline yourself, the fewer regrets you will carry, for self-control is the path to freedom. A wise man speaks when he has something meaningful to say. The fool speaks simply to be heard. Equality consists in the same treatment of similar persons, for justice must be rooted in fairness. The good life is one inspired by purpose and guided by virtue, not one distracted by fleeting desires. We must not only act, but act for a noble purpose, for actions without meaning are empty motions. Youth is easily deceived, for it is quick to feel but slow to judge. Wisdom requires experience. A great mind must be capable of both deep thought and decisive action. Contemplation without action achieves nothing. The joy of learning is the greatest joy of life. Those who stop learning stop truly living. Man is a goal-seeking animal. Without purpose, we wander, but with purpose, we rise. The secret to success lies not in strength, but in understanding how to use strength with wisdom and restraint. Virtue lies in our power. We become noble by choosing noble actions, not by wishing for them. The greatest thing in life is to live for something greater than yourself, for service elevates the soul. Thinking is the highest function of man. To think clearly is to live wisely. The most rewarding pursuits are those that challenge us, for difficulty shapes greatness. Happiness is the meaning and purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence.